BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. You think you know your stuff? Well, get in on our $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200K. $200,000. It's ridiculous. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in the action. Bet online. The game starts here. All right, let's continue with the mail. All right. So this is from the mayor of K100 from Poseidon, New Jersey. That's where we were at last time, right? That we got cut off?
Yes.
Okay. What's good, fellas? It's your boy, the mayor of K100. So an interesting story came across my desk about added time to Ray Phoenix's contract to his injuries. There's something WWE's done before, now AEW's doing it. The fans have been torn on this if a good practice for the business of wrestling as a whole. We know nothing, so that's why I ask you guys stuff. The attitude of, quote, they did it, so I'm doing it too, unquote, is in play as fans speculate why. My questions here are, is this something that should be done away with, or is there a legitimate reason and strategic merit to extending a talent's contract like this? Also, in the case of the Lucha Brothers, would it be wise to introduce Penta as a single if he goes to WWE and then bring in Phoenix when able? Or would you debut them only as a team? Thank you very much. Signed, the mayor of K100. P.S. SummerSlam is coming to MetLife as an opportunity for the mayor to use the K100 press pass to ask the hard-hitting questions like if Cody will ever finish his story with Disco. Konnan, what do you think about this guy still proclaiming to be the mayor of K100 with no election given? And he's basically saying that since there was no election, he gets it by default, by declaration.
Okay, when was their election held?
There was no election, that's what I'm saying. But he said because there was no election.
You know what? Suspend him.
Let's give a week to the mayor of K100. What about
You can't use that moniker until you're officially elected.
Okay, so Phoenix, people are saying, why would Tony do this? We'll just look and see what they do with the guy. You know, the funny thing is, like, Tony has had AEW, WWE lets guys go to AEW because they're kind of pretty confident that AEW is not going to know how to use them. Like, they've got no value out of the guys that they've let go, right? Tony is scared that WWE is going to use the guys better than he uses them, it seems like. I mean, that's my guess. That's why he's being petty about it because, like, bro, how many matches has Phoenix won on Dynamite since he's been in that company, Konnan?
Anybody that isn't a top guy, just like Pentagon.
Right. So So what do you think about that?
Well, I think that you're right. Guys that they get from WWE, they usually don't know how to do it, but that's a company-wide thing, right? Not just guys from WWE, everybody in general. It depends who's his flavor of the month is, or who he likes. Like one time he was like, oh, if anything ever happens to me, let Bryan Danielson take over. Now, I'm sure Bryan's a creative genius. I would go that far. But can he run a company? I mean, but anyways, but he likes him. He's a big mark for him. And Daniel is a nice guy, but it isn't who's nice or not. It's almost like the DEI thing. Are you qualified for that job? Right? And so just like him, he's not qualified for the job. He's a guy that, won the lottery by being a billionaire's son, and now he gets to do whatever he wants. But just because you have money doesn't mean you know what you're doing. But without getting...
I think Tony's... But by income level is qualified to buy the company.
Oh, we know that because he did. Okay,
is he qualified to write a wrestling show
and to run the company?
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not. I mean,
first of all, the first thing. Well, okay, you can disagree all you want. First of all, you have to be a good leader. Mm-hmm. Is that when you think of him, do you think, "Wow, what a great leader"?
No, I think all the talent likes him.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
all
like
the talent and all that. No, but dude, when you had problems in your dressing room, he shouldn't have never get the CM Punk thing get to where it was because I knew about it. Okay, he never should have had Andrade and Guevara come to blows. Right. I mean, there was so much going on in that dressing room. I mean, people were coming up to me and telling me all sorts of things, and I was like, "Does this guy even know this?" So I asked people around there that would know. And they were like, "No, he doesn't know."
Well, this is, I think the main.
I don't think I ever saw him ever walk into the dressing room. I think he felt like that's the boys sanctum and I'm not going in there.
Interesting. I do think that there's probably, and you need a good boss to manage the situation, right? Is you see the way Punk felt about like the Bucks and Adam Page, right? That the Elite, right? And you know that Punk had a lot of friends there, like people he'd worked with before. So I just kind of think, the main problem you have in that company is you got a lot of the talent that doesn't respect the leadership abilities of those people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Right.
you let that fester. You
And
don't
let
fix
me
it.
give
You
you
don't,
and let me give you an example, bro. I'm gonna give you 3 names, okay?
hmm
Vince McMahon,
Right.
Eric Bischoff, and Jeff Jarrett,
Right.
right?
hmm
Okay, they all Jim Cornette, 4.
Right.
Okay? They all ran companies, correct?
hmm
What do you think would have happened if CM Punk pulled the scrum on Tony TK?
Well, Jeff, Eric, and Vince McMahon all would have known how to deal with it.
Vince and Eric might have gotten into a fist fight with him. I don't. Would Jeff have diffused it a
I,
different? But Vince and
no,
Eric.
no, but like, here's the thing about Jeff. Jeff, there was this different with Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Because Jeff was younger, Jeff was in charge, and Jeff was still talent. But everybody in that locker room respected Jeff's lineage in the business. Like he was a son of Jerry Jarrett.
Lineage? You mean lineage?
Lineage, excuse me.
Yeah.
Lineage in the business. It's like
Right.
we knew that Jeff comes from the family that knows how to run a company, right?
Right.
And he had, and just by, you could talk to Jeff and like, bro, I've learned more from Jeff and Dutch Mantel than anybody in the business, like that have taught me, things that I just never would have thought of because I've never ran a company. I've always just been talent, just being creative, but I've never ran the show.
Right.
Jeff has ran the show. So he knows what to do. He's got leadership qualities, so
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
let me just say this before I get. Here's the thing people don't understand, bro. Because I didn't understand it. When you get into creative, it's a whole different world. It's if you've ever been to like Saudi Arabia or something like that, where you're like, what going? I mean, it's just a
Right.
different world.
Right.
Creative really opens your eyes to what the business is.
right. Because you have to, you gotta make people happy, which making certain people happy makes other people unhappy,
Right.
and you have to keep everybody happy.
Yeah, and as long as you do what they want,
Yeah.
as long as you do what they want, you're cool. But as long as but when you don't do what they want, or you don't like them or whatever lazy excuses used.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.